Morning. Right, I've got to load up and get going, but I've got a story for you all today. Let me get on there. Right, yeah, deliveries this morning. Got a bit mad again, you know. Last month was a bit and I thought I was collecting up machines for those summers. I do mowers and bits and bobs. And then all of a sudden this week it's gone a bit mad again. Sold 4 over the last week. 4 ride-ons over the last week. I can't believe it. I'm like, really? In October? But that's what's happening. Right. Let's go. Yeah, so I'm on a delivery now this morning. But at the moment I am getting sued, apparently. Yeah, for a mower I sold back in May. Yeah, May, the start of this year. I had a couple came and had a look at Mountfield. It's a long story, but I'll give you the quick rundown on it. A Mountfield 7.5 single horsepower, single cylinder. Come and had a look, told me what they wanted it for, and I was like, yeah, no chance, ain't gonna happen. They wanted it to cut 15 acres of headland at a place up in Conway. I don't want to put any names out or anything, because obviously it's all going to end up going through the courts. Back in May this was, and they decided against it when I basically told them it wouldn't work. And they then looked at the Honda I had available, twin cylinder, bigger engine, bigger mower, but still, you know, way out of its cope of what it should be doing. And I told them all this. I said, look, you know, there's no guarantee that's going to do the job either, but that's all I've got. What you really need is a compact tractor and a flail or topper mower or whatever. They then decided, well, we don't really want to spend that. I thought, well, it's up to you. Anyway, they went ahead, bought the Honda, went round it. You know, the customer's there for ages. Looking, fiddling, having sits, taking turns to sit on it, moving around. In the end, they decided they wanted it. They bought it, paid 50 quid deposit, and off they went. Like, they said they wanted it delivering the week later. Anyway, that afternoon someone pulled out on me, so I rang them up and said, look, I'm free now, do you want me to come and drop it off or not, or I'll bring it next week or whatever. No, that's fine, yeah, bring it down today if you can, you know, we're not bothered, we just didn't want you to come through the traffic and all this. I said, yeah, no problem. They went, oh, we'll nip the cash machine now and we'll have a cashier waiting for you when you turn up. Anyway, so they bought this Honda, $2,000 it was advertised. They knocked me down to 1,800 quid. So we've done a deal at 1,800 quid. I'll put a picture of it up now, actually, of the mower I sold. I think it was 3 days later. It was 3 days later they were on the phone to me, going mad. You've ripped us off. This machine doesn't work on the hills. There's a hole in the mower deck now. There's this, there's that. Just this long list of issues. But the main thing that they were whinging about is it's got holes in the mower deck, is what they were claiming, which I don't remember it having. Yes, they're old. Yes, we inspect them, we look through them. But anything obvious like that, we would have spotted it. But we didn't. I don't remember spotting them. But it was back in May. Anyway, but it was 3 days later, and I was thinking, no, I don't remember it being that bad. The way they were describing it, it's like it was hanging, and I'm like, nah, it couldn't have been that bad. So I said, look, give me half an hour, I'll get back to you. Anyway, I can't remember. I think I rang them back, because I was busy doing something when they rang me. I said, look, what's the issues? Let me see if I can talk you through it and whatever. And they were like, right, well, it's cutting out in reverse. And I was like, right, okay. I'm like, have you still got your blades on? Yeah. I'm like, well, that's why then. It's got a safety switch on it. If you rock that up in reverse, it'll cut out, you know what I mean? Something I know there. I said, look, it'll cut out, so you've got to override it, this, that, and the other. Anyway, I talked them through that problem, and they seemed to go away with that problem then. And then they were going, yeah, but it won't go up our hill. I was like, yeah, I know, but I told you this. I said it might not work. Not my fault. Anyway, so they started then going, well, the mower deck's got holes in, so we want our money back. And I was like, no, I told you this, that it's not fit for your purpose, you know, but you decided to buy it anyway, and you asked me. When they come and ask me, they said, oh, well, would you buy it back, though, if we get it home and we don't want it? And I was like, well, no, I don't. You can't just bring it back because you've changed your mind. It wasn't a distance sale, so they came, looked over it, you know, they just simply changed their minds, they won't go up their hill. So now it's got, needs a mower deck, needs this, needs that. Anyway, a couple of days later, I stopped answering the phone and started going through by text message and everything like that, just so I had a record of it, because I could tell this was going to be a problem. She left me a voicemail 3 days later saying, right, the mower works perfectly on the flat, we've cleaned it up, this, that and the other, but it won't go up our hill in the garden. And then was like, will you give us 1,600 back and keep a couple of £100 for the delivery and all this, and come in and get it again and all the rest of it. And I'm thinking, yeah, well, hang on, I delivered it for you for £50. It was the other end of Conway somewhere. It was like 50 miles. Probably cost me £50 in juice by the time I went there and back. So I did it at cost anyway. So to go and get it again, I'm another £50 in. Forget the time, you know. So I was like, look, I told you this when you bought it. It is what it is. You bought it as you've seen it. It's sold as seen. There's no warranties with them. But obviously I am bound by the Consumer Rights Act, aren't I? Because I'm a business and I've sold it. But obviously the Consumer Rights Act kicks in if it's faulty or missold or whatever. You know, it doesn't cover warranty. So they've sent me a couple of letters. They sent me a letter. I responded to them by paperwork. And then I never heard of them, and I thought, well, that's the end of it. You know, they've got the message that they bought the wrong machine, and you know, it's not my fault. So anyway, so I goes down a unit on Friday. I get a landlord calling me, "Hey, mail here," you know, court proceedings. I'm like, what's this for now? Just sorted that £4,000 thing with the bank, haven't I? Just got it sorted. Well, I still haven't got it sorted. They're still whinging, but we're nearly there now. We're on the last hurdle. Yeah, so I get these court proceedings, look through them. Who's this? Oh, it's the Honda. I just knew straight away. I thought, right, it's them. Suing me for £1,850 plus court fees, £115, so just shy of £2,000. Read through their statement of what's in the pack and everything. I'm like, hang on, there's a letter here dated X date. Can't remember what the date was now, but it was X. I'm thinking, I haven't received that letter. So they sent me a letter, I sent them a letter, and apparently they sent me a letter back that I didn't respond to. I haven't had that letter. Like, hands down, I haven't had it. Rang me landlord, because the mail goes to him and then he distributes it about, as I said there, collared me, you got mail here. I rang him and said, look, have we missed any mail? You know, I know, you know, you weren't well last month, and, you know, is there any issue? Have we missed any mislaid? Have you forgot about it? No, 100% mate, not at all. And I believe him, he's on it, me landlord, in all fairness to him, he is properly on it. I was like, any mail? Nah, nothing, mate. And I'm like, right, sound. So I know that they haven't sent me that, but they've put it in the court documents like they have. And then I read through his methods, his statement of events, and he's just lied. Just lied. Excuse me. From start to finish, just full on lied. At every opportunity, he's lied. I didn't say it wouldn't go up the hills in the field. I told him it would be fine. He's asked me whether there was holes in the deck, and I've said, yeah, there's no holes in the deck, so that means I'm lying. Stuff that he just didn't ask me. Didn't give him a demonstration of it working. What else does he put in there? I didn't give him a demonstration of it working, which I did at my unit. You know, obviously stop, start, drive, forward and back. Refused any other payment, only cash. Refused to give him a receipt because I said I don't do receipts. Just stupid stuff. And I'm like, mate, come on, I'm a businessman. Like, you think I can get away with just like, go, no, cash only, and like, I'm not Chinese, not takeaway, you know. It's just nonsense. He's got a receipt, but because it clearly states on his receipt, sold to see no warranties and not for agricultural use, because when I dropped it off there, he's got like 15 acres, it's all up and downhill, and I was like, oh dear, I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work, mate. Oh, well, we won't know anyway, and they took it on, so I put on a thing, scribbled on there, not for agri use, just to cover me, you know. So he has had a receipt. Well, I've got mine. I don't know where he's got his. He's obviously thrown his, hasn't he? Because he doesn't want it to put that in. So he said I didn't give him a receipt. What else did he say I didn't do? Oh, there was so much stuff in there. Honest to God, it makes me sound like I'm some sort of criminal mastermind. Oh, and as well that they're old, disabled pensioners, and I've took advantage of them. This, that, and the other. Saying he's got the machine home. And this is what it says in his statement. It says now he's got the machine home. It needs all new belts. The deck's hanging off it. It won't drive. It needs all new drive belts. It needs. Honest to God, apparently this mower needs loads of stuff. So what he's done, 3 months after he's bought it, mind. So he bought it in May. He's took it in August to a Honda main dealership. A Honda main dealer with a 2008 Honda. Like, come on. We know what's coming there, don't we? They have condemned it. Oh, it needs new deck, it needs new belts, it needs a new fuel pump, it needs new this, it needs new that. And I was like, what? £2,600 bill. I'm like, oh, here we go. Anyway, before this, I'd mentioned when we were in discussion and everything, I offered them, I think it was 200 quid goodwill gesture, because they were whinging about the deck. They were saying, look, the deck. And I said, look, I'll get you a new deck shell, and we'll bring it up to a standard that you'd be happy with. Not to say it's broke, but I'll just buy you a new deck shell. The new deck shell was like 250 quid. I was like, with the 200 quid I knocked off, and 200 quid I give you back now, I can sort that, and we'll get you a new deck shell. What do you think? No, we just want our money back. And I'm thinking, yeah, 'cause it's not the deck, is it? It's because it won't go up your hill. That's the reason. It's the only reason I offered them that deal, because I knew that wasn't why they didn't want it. It was nothing to do with the deck, because I've just offered to replace the deck for free, haven't I? No, we still don't want it. And I'm like, no, because it's the fact it won't go up your hill. That's why you're whinging, not because there's anything wrong with my machine. And you left me a voicemail telling me it's working perfectly on the flat 3 days after you bought it. So what's that tell you? It works, it's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. Just because you're trying to take it up mountains, it ain't gonna work. Not my fault. But apparently this is my fault, so they're taking me to court over it. So back to where I was saying, I've lost my train of thought now. Honda main dealer, £2,600 bill. I rang them and said, look, what's this? I've just had a quote from you guys come through in a county court claim. This was in October, but he's had it 3 months, as I say, before he took it in. So what's happened to it in them 3 months before he took it Honda dealership? Well, he's been using it, hasn't he? Of course he has. £2,600 bill, 1,500 quid for a deck, like 200 quid for belts and pulleys. For that was like for the drive belt, 75 quid for fuel pump and pipes, and like 400 quid shop labour or something. Then I rang, I said, look, what the hell is this quote like, and how come you have done it? And the guy knew exactly what machine I was on about, which proves to me that they knew that their quote was going to be used in a county court claim, which disproves what he says in his statement. He says, oh, well, I took it to the Honda main dealer to see if we could just have it repaired and we'd keep the machine if it wasn't too expensive. But 2,600 is too expensive and we can't afford that, so we'll have to take him to court. That's what they're playing it. Oh, we were going to get it fixed. Well, I offered to fix it for you for nothing, and you didn't take me up on the offer, so you clearly weren't wanting to try and get it fixed. And they were aware that it was a county court claim. So you haven't gone in there and gone, oh, look, can you fix my mower? You've gone in there and said, oh, we're suing somebody. We want a price to put everything right on this machine. So they had no intention of having this repair work done. They've just inflated the price by going to Honda main dealer, which makes their case look more favourable, doesn't it? They paid 1,800 quid for the machine. Why would you go to a genuine Honda dealer? They're just going to charge you a fortune to put anything right. I can get a new deck for 250 quid for a shell. They charge him 1,500 quid. Well, yeah, it's a Honda main dealer. They're going to charge you Honda prices. Anyway, so I rang him up, spoke to the guy on the phone. I should have recorded it. I wish I had. I didn't. He basically said, mate, we knew what sort of people they were. We didn't even want to touch it, mate. We didn't even want to go near it. But they were on to us, so we've just priced it just purely cautionary measure. So he said, yeah, the deck, mate, was rotten. And I was like, right, well, I mean, that bad. And he was like, mate, it was full of holes. And I thought, fair enough. They're on the main dealer. They're going, look, we wouldn't repair it. Like, new deck, 1,500 quid. So what's wrong with the belt? Was it not driving then? I know he's driving, just badly worn and making a bit of noise on the Ida pulley. And I was like, right, okay. Fuel pump and pipe. Said, why are you changing the fuel pump? Is it not running? Oh, no, it was running. I was like, well, what do you need a fuel pump for then? Oh, well, it wasn't a genuine Honda one, so we thought we'd just change it anyway. And I'm like, so you're just drumming up business and using that? And I was like, nah, I'm not having that, mate. So anyway, so I got an email from them. I emailed them back, said, look, I want all that in writing, that you're basically taking the piss and whacking the prices up just to get more business. Changing a non-genuine fuel pump for a Honda genuine one just because it's not a genuine Honda part. It's not a failure. It's not something that's broke. So why are you changing it? But they were like, look, mate, we just wanted to cover our own arse. I was like, no, I get that. They don't want to be sued by him next, do they? Anyway, so this is where I'm up to. I've lost my head with it, to be honest. If they'd have just said, look, mate, we want our money back, we've bollocksed it, it's not for us, do you want to do us a bid on it? I'd go and buy it back off them, of course I would. But it's the way it was, well, you owe us a refund even though we've used it in the field and it doesn't work in the field that I told you. That's what annoys me. And they've lied in their statement of events, got me back up, that's it. You get nothing off me, I'll see you in court. So yeah, I've cost myself a fortune getting solicitors and this, that and the other. I've just signed up to Logistics, which is a motor trader specialised solicitor team group people. I hear a lot of traders using them, so I give them a ring. They kind of said, well, you're not really motor trade, but you kind of come under that umbrella. Same stuff, just tweak it slightly because it's mowers and machinery rather than cars and, you know, roadworthiness. So they said, yeah, we'd take this on for you and we'd look after it. So I signed up to their year programme, and I thought for the future, you know, live and learn. And I'd rather learn now for a £2,000 machine than 3 years down the line when it's 10, 20 grand tractors. Well, you know, imagine picking up the bill, one of them comes back or whatever, you know. So this is where I'm up to. It's cost me like 1,300 quid so far. Everyone I spoke to in the trade just said, just go pay them and give them their money back. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not the point, they've lied. That winds me up. As soon as someone lies, that's it, you get nothing out of me. You all watch my channel, if anyone does watch my channel. Yes, we do deal in second-hand stuff. Yes, you will get problems. This is part and parcel of life. It's never easy, but we try our best to try and help people out. We try our best to try and sort stuff out for people. We're not like grab the money and run off. Why would we? We've got quite a good customer base. Go and read my reviews online. All one of them are all glowing reviews. I try my very best to help people. Sometimes it doesn't work. I get it, you know, it's not my fault, it's just life, that is. Yes, you might buy a machine that's running perfectly in my thing. As soon as you get it home, it doesn't start. Sod's law, mate, it happens. But we'll try and put anything right. Of course, we sell them without warranties, but within reason. You know, if someone rings me an hour after they bought it, oh, fucking hell, something's gone wrong here. Look, mate, yeah, it's no problem, we'll come and sort it. If you ring me 2 weeks down the line, you know, it's that, depends what it is, you know. If it's something simple, yes, we'll put it right. If they ring me and go, oh, the gearbox has just blown itself to bits, I'm thinking, well, it's not our fault, is it? We know it was sold when it was sold, and it was working when it left here, and all the rest of it, you know. But, like I say, we try and help people. So, that's where I'm up to. We're going to court, and, yeah, I'll see what happens. Their statement of event contradicts themselves so many times throughout their story, it's unbelievable. They clearly know the game. 2 old retired people, bored, yeah, right, we'll take this guy to court and we'll get a full refund after they've had it for, what, 6 months. So they know what they're doing, clearly onto it, but I ain't giving in. Even if I lose in court, that's fine, whatever. If the court just deems I'm at fault and I have to pay the money back, fine, but I'm not just handing them their money back. It's a learning curve for me. You only learn one way, and that's the hard way, and it always costs you somewhere along the line. So I'd rather pay the extra money now, learn a load of stuff, learn about the laws, learn about what I'm legally entitled and what they're entitled, and, you know, the Consumer Rights Act and all the rest of it. Learn all these things for the future, and then I'll be in a better position next time, won't I? So that's where I'm up to anyway, and I'm out for a delivery now in Chester. I know I've ranted on, but yeah, that's where I'm up to. So I'll go and kick this machine off now in Chester, and then we'll be sorted. I might as well leave you with me. If you want to carry on watching, you can follow me to Chester, but my little rant's over. What are we on? Oh, 20 minutes. Right, so it's not too long. Yeah, but that's where I'm up to. Any advice from anyone's been in this situation before, drop us a comment, mate, please. Like the video, share the video, do all the usual waffle. Click the bell thing as well. That's what I'm getting told to say now. You have to click a bell or some notification, and it tells you when I've put a video out, something like this. But yeah, thanks very much to my hardcore followers who watch every video I put out. That's amazing, really appreciate it. And if we get new subscribers off this sort of a video, yeah, go back and have a watch of what we do. We're a small plant sales business. We do tractors, mowers, small machinery. We've been operating for nearly 3 years now, and we document what we do our day to day on the YouTube, and this is it. Usually more work and more work. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.